Hello, friend. Christina Zaharia coming to you live from Toronto, Canada. Drop a one in the chat if you are live here with me today. I am super excited to share with everyone watching, whether it's live or on replay, an amazing soul that I got to meet recently virtually, and hopefully soon we're going to meet in person. This person, her name is Malu, and she is a ball of energy and good vibes. Every time you talk to her, she has that way of putting a smile on your face. And these are the people that you want to surround yourself. So without any further ado, let me welcome Malu to the stage. Malu, how are you? Welcome.
Hello, hi Christina. Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, and I'm glad to be with you this afternoon.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and thank you for saying yes to coming on and allowing me to quiz you a little bit about your business. Just because I absolutely love the value that you bring inside our accountability group. And for those who don't know you that well, can you tell us a little bit about who Malu is?
Okay, yeah, sure, Christina. Yeah, I'm Malu Prima. I'm actually a mom of two growing up teenage boys. Me and my husband has already one university student, and the other one is in his incoming as senior grade. And yeah, on the side, me and my husband actually are the one doing this business, right?
Hmm.
And then we are actually hardworking immigrant parents. We've been here in Canada for almost 17 years now, but we are originally coming from the Philippines as our home country. And yes, I'm actually coming from my um, corporate rat race. I'm actually in the banking from coming from the banking industry. My working experience is in the risk and compliance, and yeah, my husband as well is coming from his work in the hotel industry. Now together we're doing this one on the side, and we're just so happy and blessed that we were able to bump this life-changing business opportunity online.
That's amazing. That's
Back to you,
amazing.
Christina.
Yeah, and sorry to cut you off. The connection is a little bit glitchy from time to time, but hopefully it's gonna be resolved soon. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I feel that when we get to connect on a WhatsApp, it's different. But then when you get to talk to the person, in a video chat, it's just amazing to get a little bit more insight into who the person on the other end truly is. So thank you so much for that. Now, my question that I have for you is what inspired you to start your digital business, and what was life like before you began? You talked a little bit about your experience in the banking industry, but tell us what inspired you to start your business. Why did you say yes?
Okay, that's a very great question, Christina. And you know what? Honestly, it was my husband, Edward, who first bumped into this business.
Mhm.
And I can say that honestly, I was 200% skeptical when he first told me about this online opportunity. And you know what? My skepticism, I think, was coming from the fact that my line of work is in the risk and compliance side, right? In my mind, I was thinking that maybe this is too good to be true. And um, me, um, very conscious about our reputation as a family immigrant here in Canada, I was too cautious to jumping into something that is not familiar to us, especially that it's online, right? There's so many scheme out there, and I was too careful. I think that we have to protect our kids, because when we migrated here in Canada, we're bringing them to a new country, and we just want to give them a brighter and the best future possible for them, right? And of course, that's protecting them against any unnecessary risk, right? So um, when I finally gave in to my husband, almost about, I think, 3 weeks before to check on and try to find out whether this is resonating to our goals as husband and wife and as a family. You know what? After watching the information webinar, honestly, it blew my mind because it made me realize, Christina, that I was actually in corporate burnout. And as a hardworking mom, I was on that point already that I was already looking for that chance to be able to regain more of my time as a mother so that I will be able to have more time to be present in the growing up years of our two boys.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and then I know that I was already coming from a very overworked, stressed, and too tiring working environment. You know, when you are working for a boss, right, in the corporate world, I mean, you are uh, really working so hard every day. Early in the morning, you have to wake up by your alarm clock, get dressed, and then prepare your kids to school, bring them to school. And you know what? I know for a fact that I was missing a lot in terms of the milestones of our growing up kids, especially that, you know, my two boys are also in um, the competitive sports, basketballs. You know, there are some tournaments, practices during night times when I was already so tired and I cannot personally bring them and be there when they're having their practices in the basketball courts or during tournaments. And that's something that I would like to be there every time as a parent, you know, cheering for them, win or lose during their games, right? So that's where I am coming from. And I know that deep inside, I was already longing for that chance to be able to do something else because I know also that even if every day we are working so hard, yet we were still living paycheck to paycheck. And there's never enough in terms of our finances. So honestly, I can say that I was coming from that stage in my family life where I think um, God just gave me and my husband the blessing to see something else aside from being in the traditional 9 to 5 grind,
Mhm.
right? And I'm so glad and I'm so blessed that, yeah, this business came into our life. And I would say that this is one of the best blessings that we have decided to.
Mm.
Thanks, Christina.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, and it's so interesting that you come from a banking background because, as I'm telling my audience so many times, I started and I stopped 5 different businesses, and one was in the financial industry where everything had to go through compliance, and you really had to be looking and double checking once and twice and three times to make sure that you don't cross any boundaries. And
Yes,
especially when you have a financial background, you want to make sure that it is legit. Just today I was talking to someone through WhatsApp, and they said,
exactly.
there's so many scams, but when you know that at the end of the year you pay taxes for the income that you're making, that tells you something, right? And so, yeah, we're
Yes,
absolutely
exactly.
blessed. So I wanted to ask you, what has been for you the biggest shift or transformation that you've experienced in starting?
Okay. You know what? Of course, this is a business, right, Christina? Um, of course, our intention is to have something, right, in terms of additional value to ourselves, to our family, and of course, that's on the financial side, right? Um, so thankful. I, with my husband, were able to set up and establish this additional stream of income, and um, regularly, or I would say we were able to establish a a business that is just empowering us to be able to work for ourselves, right? Not for anybody else, not for our corporate bosses, but for ourselves. This is what we have started, and this is something that will not only benefit us on this present generation, but most most especially, this is something that we are building as a legacy for our two children, for our two kids, and that is what makes this business so special to us. This is something that we see as a solution not only for this time, but in the long term, right? So definitely, on top of the financial rewards, Christina, I also value most the opportunity to be able to grow in terms of personal growth, and also in terms of relationships. I think, right? We do meet a lot of people here, just like you and I, who have the same personal goals and dreams in life, positive minded people and goal oriented people, and we are surrounded with just those type of people, those goal oriented and dream driven people, is honestly is a great blessing, because um, it goes with the saying, tell me who you are and I will tell you who you are, right?
Mm.
So more than the financial blessings, I am also most thankful for the people that is now surrounding me and my husband, because it's just so a, a great feeling that every day you're waking up to good people, to good learning opportunities, to good experiences, to good relationship, and it's just so making everyday life a great and exciting opportunity every day, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I really like what you just said, because being in so many businesses, and I think I've said this before, you do not see the pouring out of help and support that you see in this community. We do not benefit financially from each other, yet we are in the same accountability group. What I know, I share. What you know, you share. And it's a collective of coming together. Everyone in our accountability group is at different stages and at different levels, but it doesn't matter, because in that group we're all one. There is plenty of room for anyone. You don't have to hoard any information, right? Just being, afraid that someone will get what you know and they're gonna run out and be super successful, and you're not, because the secret sauce is you, right? So you there can be two people with the same information, and one can be successful and the other one cannot, right? So it's really what you're doing with that information. So I absolutely love what you said. That now, you said that you were skeptical for good reasons, but what advice, knowing what you know now, what advice would you give to someone who's on the fence about starting their own online business?
Oh, that's a very good question, Christina. No, because I myself experience it. Honestly, I would advise anybody who's watching us right at this very moment. Being skeptical, having doubts in your mind, um, is actually totally normal, right? Because we are all humans. It's totally okay, right? But you know what? Don't stay too long in that phase of skepticism, because you know what, that can be dangerous. It might lead you to a fear, and that fear will prevent you to just go and explore and discover something new, right? So don't stay too long in that stage of skepticism. I mean, I would say, don't don't uh, deprive yourself of the opportunity to learn more and know more. What is this all about, right? Get educated, right? Get educated, because when you learn more about this new venture, you will be able to understand, okay, and what what is this business, why and how, right? When you do this one, I think you will be able to open your mind, you will be able to open your heart, and you will be able to determine and have an informed decision. You will be able to say to yourself, oh, this is something for me. Oh, or maybe you will say, oh, I'm not ready for this one. Or maybe this is not for me, right? So get yourself educated. Do not deprive of yourself of the information, because you know what? At the end of the day, who knows? This might be coming to you via a divine intervention. Right, Christina? Sometimes we do not know. I mean, um, our 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 opportunities in life, sometimes we do not know, right? Sometimes we are not full of wisdom to know it and read it. So just open your mind, open your heart, and don't be afraid. Because you know what, if you are in your comfort zone at this point of time, comfort zone is comfortable, right? But remember that growth is coming from being uncomfortable, right?
Mhm.
You might be stuck at this point of time. Don't be afraid to get out of that being stuck. Try to explore, because who knows, this might also be the right opportunity that you've been longing for and that you've been looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. And just like you said, it's okay to just come and taking a look, because
Yes,
maybe it's not the right time now, but it's good to have it in the back of your mind. And
yeah,
when you feel that you're ready, then at least you know to come back to this, but at least get a look first. And there are no negative impacts from taking a look. And then if you decide that it is for you, good. If you decide it's not, that's okay too, because it's not for
yes,
everyone, right? And I also love
correct.
what you said about the comfort zone. My mentor Sean Murphy calls it the misery zone, right? Because we are in this comfortable zone, but we are
Yeah,
miserable, right?
yes.
But we know that if nothing changes, nothing changes. So it's so important to just take a step. It starts with the steps. And now, talking about the steps, what would be the next steps for someone to take?
Okay. Yeah. Well, Christina, yeah, of course, one who's watching us right now can just easily register in the website that they can see in our screens, right? And yeah, just register via your name and email address, and just give yourself that 90 minutes of your time to sit down and take this webinar. This is just basically in giving you the information of what are the pillars of our business, what are your options, right? How you too can also be able to uh, make a decision that this is for you, right? Also, we give you the opportunity to see for yourselves who are the people who are also using this platform, right? From all over the world. Yeah, because yeah, this um, business program is a worldwide. So yes, this has really been life changing to thousands of people, including me and Christina. And yeah, and after that one, decide for yourself whether this is for you at this point of time. This might not be for you at this point of time, but at the end of the day, you will not be able to have your regrets, because at least you gave yourself the opportunity to take a look. What we give you at this point of time when we invite you to the complimentary webinar is just give you information. No pressure, just barely information, so that at the end of the day, you will be able to have uh, an informed way of making a decision for yourself.
Mhm.
Right, Christina?
Exactly right. Malu, thank you so much for spending this afternoon with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for coming here and sharing some information. and sharing your experience. Thank you so much for what you do behind the scenes in our accountability group. I absolutely appreciate you and cheering for you. So thank you so much. And we'll see you in our accountability group.
Okay, thanks, Christina.
Thank you. So I hope you got inspired and I hope you are ready to take the next step. I wanted to thank you so much for being here and to remind you to do something nice for someone today, like my friend and chiropractor, Dr. Sean Demaris, told his son every single day. And remember that in a world where people choose to hate each other for no reason, I choose to love for no reason, like Jessie Lee Ward would say. I appreciate you and I will see you at the next live. Bye, friend.